Nino, I'm losing my mind, I'm gonna explain to you. People trying to fuck me over, trying to fuck me over. I
People
thought
are trying to
my
fuck
life
you
have
over?
changed. Yeah, man. I thought my life have changed, man. Like, you see me, I don't touch nothing except flipping burgers all day, man. You know what I'm saying? At this point, the only crime I do in my life is speeding.
Shit. Oh my god, I have a feeling this is gonna be juicy.
Oh, it's gonna be juicy.
Oh shit!
Oh, this place. I haven't seen this place in like 10 years, eh?
It was a nice spot.
Yeah. Wait, that plane I think just fucking crash landed. No, I actually didn't. Still hear it. Oh man, I wanna make some pizzas in these ovens, man. You know what I'm saying? Or a fucking whole ass pig.
Oh my god.
You ever had like a fucking like a whole roasted pig on the stick or thingy?
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, but not like eat the whole pig. But I mean, you ever had it?
No, 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 no.
It's very good. I'm telling you, man. Eh? Very good. They take like 12 hours to do it, eh?
Jesus. Yeah,
I didn't do it, but I was just eating it.
I'm from the East Coast, so like you know, people do barbecues, but like that means like on a small like barbecue, like chicken pieces and burgers and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, man. That's what I like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Listen. I'm gonna yell a little bit, alright? And I
Yeah.
might not
Go
yell. I'm
ahead.
actually been yelling all day. I wanna be calm. So, I have a big problem at Senior Buns. Uh, I've been there every day, busting my nut, you know what I'm saying? Just like you've been doing your stuff, doing your work. And people respect me. I love Senior Buns. And the biggest problem I have is, Jane.
Yeah.
I like Jane. I look at Jane as a great, like a great partner, you know what I mean? Like a business partner and stuff. She's
Wait, what
smart,
happened?
she's cool, she's crazy. But every day, I go tell people, you respect Jane. If you don't respect Jane, you don't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Because people, people bitch out against Jane a lot, get it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine, I've been trying to, tell them. Have you ever heard me talk bad about Jane, eh?
No.
Exactly. I like Jane. Now, Jane goes on vacation, paid for by the company. We paid for a company, you know what I mean? The company, we paid for her vacation. 1 week, she spent around $200,000 sipping mojito in exclusive 5-star fucking restaurants and hotel in Mexico, eh? She had a great time, she sent us pictures and stuff. We were like, damn, bro. She fucking sipping on like big ass jugs of mojito worth probably $5,000 a pop, eh? But that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Is it
Real quick.
important or what?
I don't know. Nino.
Hello, Mr. Chavez. Do you do roadside repairs at all?
I do, yes.
Could I get my car repaired,
Is this
bro?
McGregor?
No, this is Frankie. I'm the better Scotsman.
Oh, Frankie.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I'm in a meeting right now.
Oh, all good. I'll phone
let
somebody
me-
else, brother. It's all good. You stay
Yeah,
safe,
sorry.
right? It's
Yep.
all good. It's all
I'll
good.
have your number down. Give me a second. Let me see if any of my guys are around. Okay. Yeah, sorry. If you go with someone else, that'd probably be best because I'm probably gonna be
All
on
good.
it.
No, I
All right,
appreciate that,
Frankie.
Mr. Chavez. You stay safe, okay?
Appreciate you. You take care, Frankie.
Bye-bye. Bye.
So Jane is paying for the company paid for the
Night
the
for
thing.
her
Yeah.
vacation, which is fine. Now, here is the thing. Jane comes back and says, Speedy, I've been thinking while I've been gone, like sipping on mojito, getting my ass drunk.
Yeah.
I want to privatize Senior Buns. And
Okay.
I was like, okay, I wasn't against it, you know what I mean? I wanted to I was like, okay, maybe we can talk about this tomorrow. It just landed, Maybe we see, like, like, get your feet wet a little bit, go back to work, and we talk about tomorrow. Next day, she comes to me, aka yesterday. She says, Speedy, I have talking with, there is 4 managers at Senior Buns. It's me, head manager, then Jane is the manager, then is Fredo, who's useless. You know Fredo? He's useless,
Yeah.
but we keep him as manager,
Really? I like Fredo. Seems like
I like Fredo, but he's useless in the sense of, like, he's not a leader. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean, I love Fredo.
I got you.
But he, like, people talk to him, he doesn't dare talk him back, get it? Does that make sense? Like, I love Fredo, I die for Fredo, but I mean, like, he doesn't have a backbone, like, he's not tough, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, you can't be a, head macho if you can't, if you let people fuck you over. Now, and then there is Sunny, Chiquita, like, very late. I'm not sure if you know her. So, Jane comes to me and says, Speedy, I want to privatize this place. I've talked with Sonny and Fredo, and they agree with me. I want to become the owner of this place so I can get a seat at Maximilian's, who's going to be the mayor, where he have told me that he will make a fucking, like, a seat for big business owners where we can start voting for what to do with the regulations, and we can give business grants and stuff. I'm like, well, calm down, Jane. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
I do know about this, but keep going, and I'll fill in the gaps.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This guy is not even a mayor yet, and you're already, like, going with this hocus pocus and going all the way, and you want to claim ownership. You see, I want equality, I'm more like a communist type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And she's like out here, like, she wants ownership, which is forcing my hand. Because I'm like, Jane, like, this don't seem right. Like, why would you just first privatize and then go also you as an owner? And if you came asking me, that would be something. But she's not asking me when you already agreed with two other people. Get it? At that point, she's telling me,
Yeah.
So, that forward being said, it will start a war in here. And I love Jane. Like I told you, when she was gone, I was telling everybody, Jane, always equality. I didn't even promote anybody because I was waiting for Jane to come back so we can do it together. Now, she wants ownership.
Do I want to stir?
She wants to be the head macho. She wants, others to obey under her. She's forcing my hands, She's forcing my hands to take full over, right?
How did you speak to Jane?
Yes.
Okay.
She listened to me 2 minutes and she lost it and said I'm egoistic and left. And then
Wait,
she started
said
like,
what?
She said I have a big ego. She talked to me 2 minutes when I said it doesn't make sense why we would like follow a mayor blindly and why would we just go private? But we have no, like, we worked a couple of weeks. And she said, don't think about yourself, Speedy. And she left and then she like texted me 1,000 texts in caps letters about like how I gotta get with the show and look at the bigger picture. But I know the bigger picture, cause the judge tweeted about the bigger picture, right?
What did he?
You know
tweet?
about that one?
I don't.
You fill me in first. So what do you know about this round table kind of thing? Whatever it is.
Okay.
Made is.
Listen. You and we go back.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna lie to you, not once. I don't expect the same, right? We've had this conversation. But that's just how I am, right? History means a lot to me. I like Jane. She's a good kid. She came back on what was it, yesterday or the day before? And look, part of me wants to stir here because I think it's funny, but I don't think this is something to stir on. But look, 2 days ago she came back. We caught up. We got to talking. We were doing this. We were doing that. And she had a meeting with the mayor. Now, keep in mind, I don't know. I haven't been really keeping in touch with too many politics, right?
Yeah,
so,
same here.
I don't know. Like, there's so much shit going on. I don't have time for it. So, if I don't know something or I'm misunderstanding something, that's just because I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I get it.
But I got called to, you've been hearing about, so one thing I do know is that there's supposed to be a consul or like some kind of thing. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's something that the government wants or something that Max wants. You get it? Or maybe
I know
it's
what you
like
mean, yeah.
two different things. I don't know. But she was invited to a meeting at the Liquid Library, and she asked me to come with her, which I did. She said it'd be a good time to, like, you know, talk to them, get face to face. It looked like there was like a sex party that was there. It was like Max. It was.
But they're eating babies.
No, they weren't eating babies, but they
The
like
blood
didn't
of the
have a lot of
babies.
clothes on. And, you know,
Alright.
maybe, you know, like, you know, maybe some other things happened there too. But
Alright.
anyways, well, like when we, well, like, you know, I kind of didn't know exactly what was going on, but like, you know, I'm going to be there, whatever. I get to meet the mayor. I wanted to get face-to-face time with him anyways, and da-da-da-da-da. Anyways, we ended up in a room where it was like me, Jane on one side of the table, and then it was Ash, Penny, and this one lawyer guy with a stutter.
My God, I know that fucking puto. Okay, I know which guy.
He used to work at Senor Buns.
You don't. Yeah, we still have fired him.
Oh. Well, so
Yeah.
he was the one that was primarily leading the meeting. And like from what I gauged, my understanding is that Max is trying to get ahead of the election and be like ready to, like, you know how that Ramaswamy guy keeps saying like
Yeah.
day one, you know, tax relief and day one. Well, Max is actually trying to like do things like day one, specifically with businesses. So instead of waiting for his election, he's like, from my understanding, right? Like, I keep in mind, like I'm saying, Speedy, this isn't fact. This is like my interpretation of what's happening in front of me, is that it seems like Max either asked them to or they convinced him to kind of have these three individuals like pre-select people to help start businesses in that future council. You get what I mean? So that they have an interest list in advance of them winning the election. Max is pretty convinced he's going to win. I think it's also reasonable to believe that he's going to win because a lot of these other people have already gone to jail or they literally don't have a chance. I mean, Ramaswamy, he might be crazy, but he's a guy that people would elect in Los Santos. You know what I mean? And then there's Stelio, which I think is a good guy. Like, I like how he talks and shit, but I don't think Stelio is going to resonate with the population of Los Santos. He's just not. People are way too, like, ADHD in Los Santos. Whereas Stelio is very, like, you know, like, have you met Stelio? Oh, you don't know. You probably don't know him.
I don't know
like,
names, but I don't know them anymore, to be honest.
And then the rest of them are just not going to get voted in. It's like, they're just not. So I think Max knows this, and he's trying to get ahead of it. So in this meeting, and this is where I think like maybe some of what Jane wants, and like, I feel like some of the conversation may have gotten misconstrued, is that in that meeting, they were giving Jane pretty much the option to be the potential like owner of
Senor Buns.
of Senor Buns.
Exactly.
She actually refused it.
That I know.
And she said that she wanted to speak with the others because it's possible that she herself would not run it herself. That is what I heard her say to them. Now, if she have a different plan, I don't know. She could have said that to make herself look good, right? She may have, because I don't know what's happening at Senor Buns. I can only tell you what I heard over there.
Of course.
So now there's a couple things here. One is I don't think the mayor's office even has the ability to do that. Number one. And number two, like, who knows how many other people they reached out to. So that's what I know.
I 100% agree, brother, eh? I 100% agree. Now, I found out some things. I got somebody to go talk to the judges, you see? I got somebody to talk to judges because like,
Yeah.
I love Jane, and she did tell me she had not taken the offer yet, yeah? But at the same time, she told me I talked with other managers, and they all agree I should be an owner and, do this. And I'm like, it's like you coming to me and say you haven't taken the job, but at the same time, you're telling me you spoke with others and you got their vote. You see what I'm saying? That's not really
Yeah,
asking
that
them. It's like fighting against your own, like,
that's what it
you haven't
sounds
said
like.
yes, but you want to say yes. You know what I mean? And my biggest thing is, like, I want equality, right? I want equality. Like, I'm not trying to be head macho here, I want equality. But it seems like James wants, like she wants the seat in the politician stuff, and which is fine. I love her. I support her for that.
Yeah.
But it is not right to get the ownership to get a seat. But here is the biggest thing I found out.
Yeah.
Look, one of the judges tweeted. I got people everywhere, okay? They sent me this tweet, okay? The judges tweeted. You know what he tweeted? Because I sent one of my people to talk with the judges to figure out, like, is this real or not? Is Maximilian, this guy, like, actually, like, because they've been telling people he's working with the state to do this, right? Look, Alan Crane have tweeted, okay? If someone tells you they represent the business council who can approve your businesses, they are lying. The regulation for business license have not even been finalized, let alone published. Do not believe them. So this guy, I think this Maximilian guy is just cooking, because I would do the same to get any
Yeah.
vote he can. Get it?
Oh my God. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Why would the state privatize
Bruh,
stuff?
that is the ultimate
like-
stir right there.
Brother, that's what I mean, man. Like, why would the state listen, why would the state privatize stuff now and make us a millionaire? The state ain't stupid. Like, brother.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want that to happen.
Not me either. That's what I mean. That's the whole point.
It's not just you who gets fucked, by the way.
You get fucked too, brother.
I get fucked too. That means Mosley's like what? Like they already get
Mushkin
free
will
traffic
100%,
and all this, right? I'm out
Mushkin will
here
become
like
the one,
working my ass off. I make less money now because I put it all into the business than I did just like fucking like if I want money, I'll just do group 6 or some shit. You know what I mean? I want to build something, but if the state goes around and just says like, there you go, you own this state business now, that's literally gonna create millionaires, and it's gonna be over. Like it's gonna be over in a like
Yeah, and that's what I mean, bro. That's why I was like, Jane, like, what are you guys cooking? Like, you guys talking about like we gonna give business grant once I'm in the chair. Like, what are you talking about business? We don't even own the business. How are we gonna take over? Start getting like, it's too much cooking. People are smoking dick out there with all due respect. Like, it's too much cooking. Like, I don't know about this Maximilian. I've told people, but he's cooking so hard. Like, he's a crazy cook.
I'm trying to be like very fair and rational here. Keep in mind, Speedy. So I'm gonna say I don't know if this is Max's idea or it is the lawyer Ash and Penny's idea, right? I'm trying to be like because
it doesn't matter whose idea it is.
We can speculate on who it is, but like you also know that people around Max are also gonna try to prove their worth, right? And they may be jumping the gun. Right? Because I can tell you that we were invited there. Max was doing like sex potty shit. So for all we know, he's just like
he might be a puppet.
No. I'm not saying he's a puppet, but he may just be like, letting people around him do what they're trying to do that might help his campaign. But he may not be giving like a direct say. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what you mean. Now, here comes the part, because of what Jane have decided to do, and I literally, if you see the text, you would lose your mind. Like,
read me the text. Read me the text.
Okay, I'm gonna read you the text.
I've been working with Jane, and I need to understand this too. Like, am I getting fucked? Like, I don't feel like I am,
but
but
super smart.
She is smart.
She's smart. She's loyal. So I'm not trying to shit talk her, But that's what I mean. I don't know, like, where she, like, where she lost her, like, I don't know why, like, how she suddenly went into this, because
Nino's
I
trying
still
to be
like
like
Jane. This is just pure business. That's the part
transparent.
I don't get. Get it?
There's no
Like,
reason to play like games
Oi,
with something like
she been
this.
fucking Caps texting me for like 200 texts. Okay.
I think it's mostly a misunderstanding.
Oi,
That's what it seems
after
like.
we had the talk, yesterday, like when she said, you want to do this, and I said no,
Yeah.
and then she ran out, right, after 2 minutes. You need to look at the bigger picture. Senior Buns as a whole, and not just your placement there. You are the only one that seems to have an issue, and I can't see any other reason why there's an issue unless it's for selfish reasons. Selfish? Like, I want equality. She want to take ownership. Who's selfish, brother? Well, anyway, let me. I'm not gonna dictate your feelings. Okay, listen.
No, like say what you need to say. Listen,
like
we can be transparent around each other. I don't walk away from shit like thinking anything.
So and then she goes and says, start looking at the bigger picture, cause the bonds are getting stale and things are moving very quickly. Like you said, it's a family. It's time to start acting like one. I said, exactly. Why kill the company we haven't even started with yet? We got no money. Why go private with no money? But we will talk tomorrow and have a calm meeting. She said, they will not leave us without any money. I already been in talks with a potential production line with the meat processing plant opening up. There are many things, many moving parts to this. You're wrapped up in your own world, and that's when I said this. Listen to this. I said, how are you gonna pay for the meat, or the staff, or the drink, or the veggies, or the buns, or the manager, or the rental of the place, or the scooters, or the cars, the phones, the hose, and everything? She said, you're a fool if you expect the government to expect low wage workers to just start up with nothing. I didn't respond. She keep going. Moving party, Speedy. Bigger picture. This company will never grow if you continue to live in dark ages in Los Santos. It's time to start getting shit done instead of relying on your own
I need to
prior
stop
legacy
taking
to
fees.
get your employees to do whatever you want to
I really
say.
am a therapist.
I don't know what she means by that, but
I feel like
I'm
that's
sick
my
of
calling.
this shit. I said, well, we talk tomorrow. I need to relax before I lose my shit towards a person I respect as a coworker. She said,
Why the
also
fuck
good
am I
to
a
know the
mechanic?
friend comment before my holiday wasn't
Instead of
legit
fixing
good stuff. And I
vehicles,
said, friendship
I can
and work
fix
stuff is
people in
different. Don't mix
relationships.
them. She said, clearly, good to know where you stand. I think the managers need to have a sit down to talk to see where your head is at with Senior Buns. I said, well, apparently you already had your meeting since you said they all agree with you without me. She did. She literally said that. And then she's like, nothing has been agreed upon. They were all excited about the idea. You don't listen. You have never listened. And you're selfish, Speedy. I really thought you are special, but you're not. Remember, we all on the same level here. We want to do this as a team, but you are sharing any idea. And I said, we talk tomorrow. Have a good night. She's like, your boy Benji threatening me and refusing to acknowledge anyone else as management other than you. This is a problem. You can't keep doing what you want. No one will work here anymore. I don't want to work here because of this. That's the last message I got. But it's like, brother, what the fuck? Am I crazy? She came to me cooking. I haven't cooked nothing. She came to me be like, I want to become the owner. How the fuck am I the selfish one? How the fuck?
Okay,
I
so
love Jane, but this is crazy.
yeah, I think based on everything, I agree that she's overstepping.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
here's what this is what I think, right? Is Jane is like very enthusiastic, right? She gets very excited, right? She's always thinking big, right? And I think you and I have had those moments in the past, right?
Of course.
The amount of times, like, I remember back in the day when I owned a chicken factory, there was so many things I wanted to do, and I thought all those things, like, oh man, do you remember like that long ago? There was a lot of things that like were desired.
You are cooking like, all the fucking, I remember like long time ago about the trucks doing this and that. Yeah, you are like doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I wanted to get all those things going, and I thought all those things were like feasible, right? In my mind, I had convinced myself that it was feasible. Like, you could get the truck and, like, you know, people could see what, like, was being delivered, and then, like, maybe the cops, like, you know, might pull you over and be like, oh, okay, you're delivering this, not a problem, blah, 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 right? But the reality is that even though I had convinced myself for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, none of those things came to fruition, right? Now, I'm not saying that if I had those same dreams today that it wouldn't be possible, right? But I think Jane has also got that similar mindset that in her mind she's been convinced by the conversation by Max and the people at that table that they have the discretion to make her or someone else or some people the owners of Senior Buns.
Yeah.
And she is also convinced from that conversation, because a lot of the talk that they were having, Speedy, wasn't even just that. They were talking about, like, hey, if you have other business ideas, other, like, things like you know, the meat processing, because she doesn't have that set up. Like, I went and showed her hunting, right? Me and a couple guys, we ran the first 6-man. Oh, I told you, I was on the phone with you. Our guild led the first 6-man raid into the forest, and ended up getting a world first. And you know, we cut up the deer. We after we took it out, we processed it and all that. So when I kind of showed her that, like, her mind was like, you know, turning, like, hey, maybe you can take the meat, like, and we were just talking about, like, hey, maybe the meat can be taken, and maybe you can bring it to Senior Buns, and maybe, like, you know, instead of eating the frozen food, da 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 da. That's all it is. She doesn't have this stuff lined up. I think she's, what I'm trying to say here is, I think she's cooking. I think she's got a lot of copium, right? She's on a little bit of like a lot of copium and excitement. Like, you know, she probably came back from a vacation, heard all this good news. She's really excited. She's thinking all these things, and all these things that she's thinking of, like this round table got her convinced that all her dreams are going to come true. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree with you, eh?
When the reality is that all these locations are probably going to end up being state-run and continue to be state-run. And probably any business will have to work somewhere else, right? Because let's be real, like, if that doesn't happen, and I'm not saying, like, it's the end of the world, but that would be very bad. I think, personally, would be really bad for the state if they gave monopolized state-run businesses and gave it to any individual for anything.
I told Jane this. I told her, how do we even know about it? I told her, like, if I was the state, I was going to give you this company private, then 100% we will lose Mitch and the receipts. We have to pay the workers. And I done the math, you know. You know how much you need to break even at Senior Buns a daily if state don't pay us?
I don't know.
$400,000 a day to break even. $400,000 a day, brother. Like, or else you gotta pay the workers $20 a day. Ain't nobody gonna work there. Like, it doesn't add up. But you know, but god damn it, man. Like, I like Jane, but she dig her own grave here. Like, she pushing me. Like, if I don't do nothing, she gonna have charge. If I do something, you know, it's gonna be like, you know, I'm pushing her out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's because you're like, who are your managers?
I told you, it's Jane, Fredo, and Sonny. And then I have a lot of, like, you know, junior managers, get it?
Okay, so in other words, you and her are the only, like, alphas.
But in my land, I wanted to be 4 alphas, get it?
No, I understand what you want, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to a conversation, Sonny and Fredo are going to be agreeable to whatever sounds nice.
Yes.
Because if Sonny is great, Fredo's great, but they're going with the flow.
Yes.
Right? They're going to go with the flow.
Sonny already also switched side. She already with me now. I haven't even talked to her.
Well, I believe it. But you get what I'm saying, though. They're going to go with the flow, whereas you're in your own ways cooking, she's in her own ways cooking, and you guys are clashing because she is on... there is a world where she is 100% right. It's unlikely, but she's on copium and you're coming from reality, right? And those two things are clashing.
Those things are clashing. Now, my biggest issue is I didn't have a problem with anything, and she came to this and made this. Now is a problem, and now it's gonna probably end up with her, getting exterminated from the company, which I don't want. But it's like I can't have her in the company if she's gonna go around snake me now. Get it? Like it's too much risk.
Yeah. That I don't. I'm actually a little shocked. Like I said, everything seemed pretty kosher until you told me that she sort of went and garnered votes for her independently, right? Because because it was it seemed like I said at the meeting, she said that like, oh, she wants to talk to the managers, like their opinion matters, blah 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 blah. But that seems like what she wanted to say. But if you're then independently going and like saying like, hey, I got this offer, will you vote for me? That seems like the complete opposite. What should have happened is you get everyone in a room and you're like, hey, this is what happened. What do we want to do?
Exactly, right? It's like if me and you were partners and two others, that's like me coming up to you and say, Nino, I have this idea, listen to me. But I already spoken to the other managers, they agree with me. That's not that's not asking you. That's like you listen to me now, you know what I mean? Like I think that's the part she fucked herself with, in my opinion, She didn't have an open question. She more like came with a like conclusion. We're gonna do this kind of deal, Fuck, man. But
if you want, ultimately the decision is your own, right? But I'll give you a little bit of food for thought, right? To me, it looks like there's a couple things. One is you could just take the bet and be like, well, she's not going to be able to take over this thing anyway, so let her continue to, dream her dream, right? And ultimately, what negative effect does that have on you when you're just like, all right, yeah, Jane, sure, thumbs up, but everything remains like, the same status quo, right? She keeps living like, in fantasy land while you continue doing your business and you get to avoid like all the potential headache, right? The risk of that is if she's right. You get what I'm saying?
Ain't.
So,
this is what I mean. I agree with you, but she ain't. When the fucking judges even tweet that this guy is lying, you know what I mean?
Agreed. So I guess what I'm saying is,
let her maybe cook potentially, let her have a dream,
Yeah, exactly.
Let her have inspiration.
Like,
I do like that.
You just don't want to, because like, I know you're trying to remain clean and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I just worry that you do something and it becomes like a back and forth, and then the next thing you know is like someone gets arrested, right?
Oh no. I don't do that type of stuff. Anymore.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you don't know how quickly like shit ends up escalating.
You know how shit quickly.
You know what happened to JP, right?
What happened?
This is what he said in the vehicle, is that he had like a PD weapon and he got shot at by like a local. He had gunshot bullets in him and they ended up frisking, getting the gun, and he went to jail and got like a huge fucking fine.
I know.
So
that's crazy.
So even if you do shit smart, right? Like some of these cops seem to be getting away with some crazy shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree. That's why I got the cops in my pocket, baby.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nino, they told me 2 days ago, Mama Sira cop called me and said, Speedy, we're about to enter the sewers. Just so you know.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't even been to the sewers. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm trying to date them, man. I'm trying to gather Speedy's angels, All the police, Mama Sira's, get it?
That's the way to do it. Yeah, you got to remain on the good side, 1,000%.
Yeah. Now, listen, I might, like I said, I'm gonna meet Jane today whenever she comes around. I'm gonna give her a neutral, chance. Get it? I'm gonna tell her, Jane, let's go back to how things was. Let's chillax, have a good time. Let's build this company. And that's it, But if she's still gonna be like, if she's still gonna be against me, my troops are all ready. You know how in like half hour I've gathered over 100 people loyal to me, okay? And everybody's loyal.
I believe it.
And when I walk in the kitchen now, they play this song. Dun, 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 every time I enter, So like, that's what I mean. I'm so sad because I feel like, what if this makes it so like me and Jane don't ever feel the same anymore, And I like Jane a lot. Like she's cool, Like this makes it so awkward, brother. This makes it so fucking awkward because Jane gonna get pushed out. Like, bro, the staff already didn't like her. I'm pushing them to like her, and now that she pulls this move, they will not like her. Like, it's gonna be like she gonna get left behind. And it's sad because, like, I like her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
I like it too. Like I like working with her on stuff.
Yeah, she's cool.
I feel like for all parties, look, it's everyone's, in all reality, everyone is down bad, and anyone that thinks that they're up good is a bit on copium, right? Things might be working out for people right now, but like give it another 2 weeks and things can change really quickly.
Yeah.
And
that's what it is, man.
I feel like if I was, I don't envy being in your position. I've been in that position before when it's like, that you're like in a spot where like you're talking past the other person, but like you don't want that conflict or whatever. I don't know. It might be worth like speaking with her again and like bringing her down to earth. You do not like making it clear, like you do not believe that maybe that like what Max is offering has any truth to it. You can even cite like, hey, the judges even said this is like bullshit. And if that's what the judge said, then it's very clear that everything's bullshit.
He tweeted about it. That's what is crazy bullshit.
You want to know what's actually? Oh my God! You want some more tea?
Why?
I remember who I told you was sitting at that table.
Yes, Penny and Ash and the mayor.
Not the mayor. Not the mayor. The lawyer.
And the lawyer. Let me guess. He's an ex-judge, isn't he?
No. He's the guy with the stuttery voice.
Oh,
Max was not in that room, right? That's important to point out because I cannot sit here and say that Max.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said this.
Yeah, you said Max was with Chiquitas, but I thought like you meant like before you guys came. But he wasn't,
no.
He wasn't even there at all.
No. I'll say it again. Is the lawyer with the stuttery voice is the one that called Jane, right? Okay. And told her a little bit about this. He led the meeting with Ash and Penny. But what happened was when we arrived at the location, like the Liquid Library, have you ever been there?
No.
It's very, very big. Like it's got a big room with a bar and shit. When we first arrived, there was a lot of people there, including Max. It looked like they were having some kind of like sex party or something. And then 15 minutes later is when me and Jane went in the room with the lawyer with the stuttery voice who led the meeting, Penny and Ash. That is why I'm saying that I don't have any evidence that Max said that they are like to do this. It's possible that during the meeting they may have said that, but I cannot sit here and be like, Max told them to do this versus the lawyer and those two were like, hey, let's cook for you. Maybe we can get ahead. And then you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but
they said that Max wants to get ahead of like getting businesses ready, and this is their prep work. They were very confident in the meeting. But the reason why I said, do you remember, Ash is doing sanitation right now, brother.
I know, she also works at Senor Buns every day.
There's already other shops opening up. And when I brought up, because Jane really wanted me to bring up like Los Santos Customs, but I felt like awkward. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to get out there and like, you know, I'm enjoying like really slowly building up my business. I'm not trying to be number one, number two, whatever.
Yeah, you're
like,
not trying
I just
to
want
one-up
my
people
people
already,
to
you
like
know? Yeah.
enjoy. Yeah, I'm not trying to one up. Like it's been fucking the borders open like fucking 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's what I mean,
like,
bro.
I'm trying to
5 years.
I'm trying to like, you know, take my steps, enjoy my time, right? You know, and so like I kind of like when I brought it up, they were very, you could tell they didn't like me bringing up, like Ash and Penny really did not like me bringing up that there's a mechanic shop. They like straight shut it down. And when I went to go pick you up today and I saw Ash and a bunch of people jumping in the sanitation truck, I guarantee you that that's going into a mechanic shop right now.
Yeah,
that they have a pot of.
Yeah, why? Like,
My
you know,
point
it's
is,
selling to you. Yeah.
I think they are that room was people trying to get their businesses approved, and they're using that as a vehicle to do so.
I agree.
Do you,
I
you
agree.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know, they're doing a side cook, you know, and then they're not even in charge. They're just like, they're cooking for the mayor, you know, and the mayor don't even realize because he's fucking banging chiquitas on the right side, you know?
Yes, and that's the other thing that doesn't make sense with any of this is they were talking about bringing Jane into like a console where, oh, her job, I remember this now, is that because it was so all over the place that none of it was making sense. You know when you're in a conversation and it doesn't make sense?
I know what you mean,
and you're just asking yourself all these questions, you forget the little details because you're busy in your head or whatever. Is one thing, another thing that they mentioned during it was the point of that meeting is that they wanted the heads of every state business to help with approving future businesses. How does that make any sense? That's literally an oligarchy. That means that if, let's say, Jane now owns Senor Buns, right? And let's say Mary owns Mosley's, and let's say, what are the other businesses? Like Gomer owns trucking or whatever. You're literally creating a
monopoly.
Yeah, you're creating a monopoly.
It's a pyramid monopoly.
Then why would Jane, why would you have, it doesn't make sense.
Jane approve a cucumber
the
shop,
business
like
owns the government
immediately,
and vice versa. Because then why would Jane, for example, let's say you wanted to, you're like, fuck this, I'm making I don't know, like a burrito shop now. If Jane is like, well, you know, is the one that approves it, and she's like, you know what, fuck Speedy. He's my competition. I'm not going to approve his. But I'm going to go and approve, so the whole thing, that's the thing that didn't make sense to me the entire time I was at the meeting.
And you know what's funny? That's the thing that makes sense for Jane. Because that's literally the reason she said she wants to become the owner. I want to become the owner so I get a head seat here. But internally, we equal. Externally, I be the owner. I'm like, well, okay. You see what I mean? That's literally... So the thing that didn't make sense to you for some reason makes fully sense for Jane. Because that's the reason she did all this shit towards me. But she haven't done nothing. But you have to say, but what she wants to do, you know what I mean? Which is the craziest part to me.
You're dealing with a business partner that's on copium as to where things are going to go. And I do agree with that. I think I think it's worth a second conversation.
100%.
And these things being put out on the table because I think, look, life is short. Having conflict right now is not good for anybody, right? And, you know, putting concerns on the table might smooth everything over, right? I'm not saying that it brings it all back to normal, but it might be better for that. I mean, it could go really badly too, but I don't know. You're in a shitty position.
Nino, that's what I mean. I don't realize what Jane is cooking because I got 90% of that business is with me. Okay? And the rest 10% sadly don't even know Jane. But they might say they with her, right? Let's say if Jane, Fredo, everybody gather their forces, maybe 20%. I got 80% of the stuff with me. So that's what I mean. If I'm not challenging you, why would you come and challenge me? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's so weird. You know what I mean? You challenge the king when the king is not even selected himself as the king yet, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hope to God
yeah.
I hope to God that business approvals mean that people can open up a little shops, like, you know, those little shops,
Yeah, man.
like
Fuck
the ones
yeah.
that
Little
are like,
fucking sewing factory shop.
no, like, you know how
A sweatshop.
you remember, was it you the one that showed me there's like where there's some people, like there's like a little buildings you can go in.
I don't think so.
You haven't seen these? There's a bunch of buildings that
Brother.
weren't there 5 years ago that you can go in. I think
Brother.
that's what the business license are for.
I know one thing that I can tell you. The mall itself. You see it says all rent. That's the future, I'm telling you, 100%, that you can rent
The
those
mall?
places. Okay, the Senior Buns is in the mall. Yeah?
Oh,
You see,
yeah.
rent, everywhere. We're gonna open up those shops, 100%, you know, over time, I'm telling you. Think about it, why would only Senior Buns be there in that big-ass building, you know what I'm saying? The government ain't stupid. So, like, I'm telling you, like you say, you know, I think it's gonna be different. And I want communism, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't want privatism. I'm not into fucking privacy, you know, like, not yet, like, it's
Throw
too
out
early.
thing in the 4 months.
I'm gonna have a speak with Jane, but this old stuff have brought me into a problem, brother. That which I'm gonna hate to say this and do this. I hate myself. I'm in the money problem, you know. I did a great investment in you, brother, but I'm in debt now. And
Yeah, I can give you the money back if that's what you want.
can I get the money back, brother, with no interest at all, obviously, because, you know.
Do you need all 50 or 25? It's up to you. Either way, it's fine.
Fuck, man. Why does Jane do this? Because now I gotta pull out my resources to have money ready for this war. You see what I mean? It's ruining everything out, you know, it's putting me in an awkward spot.
Well, I guess now's a bad time to tell you that we've already made $14,000 this week. Minus
That's
materials.
Fuck you, man. I mean, sorry, not fucking, you know. That's crazy, but that's crazy good profit, but fuck Jane, man. I don't know, I know she's your friend, and she's my friend too, but...
Look, I'm not going to get... I will, as far as I can reasonably get involved, is like hearing you guys out and trying to get you guys back to work together, right? But like, I'm not dipping my finger in, like, you know, that.
How about this?
It's
I don't want you to, like, I don't want to put you in that position either. Like I said, I might clash with Jane, but why should you clash with Jane? You're just a neutral, you know, friend here. So, fuck, how about this? How about I pull out 50, you know, what I gave, you know, and then if I sort this out, maybe I reinvest in again, you know, like as another deal.
Yeah, up to you. Either way works for me.
Thank you, brother. I'm sorry, I feel like a dick because I invested into your dream and then I'm pulling out already.
Listen, I'm smart with my money, all right? I'm still up like 250, so.
That's what I mean, you know? And also, I got another client for you that I want to invest in you, so I guess kind of swapping spots in a sense.
All right. That works.
You know, you heard about Raya. She want to invest in you, she said.
Yeah. She spoke to me about it. Like I said, I've been like trying to hold off on too many investors so that, you know, otherwise not everyone's going to be eating. You know what I mean? There's only so much money you can spend right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Fuck, man. Nino, I missed this conversation. This cooked-ass fucking 1 hour conversations.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're good. It's what makes the city bloom. You know what I mean?
Listen, brother. Anything you need, man. I'm a communist now, okay? Anything you need, the Communist Party will back you up, okay?
I need materials.
Well, we're not into materials, but if we do get into materials, the Communist Party will back you up.
All right. You started a political party now?
I haven't, but you know what's funny, bro? I thought about it. I was gonna go to the mayor and give him an ultimatum. Either he doesn't touch the new bonds. I don't care about other things in the city, or else I will run against him and fucking ruin him. I'm telling you, man. Believe it or not, I might be a nobody now, but Senior Bonds is the best place to campaign. Everybody there always support. Get it? And I don't want to do politics. I want the mayor just to stay away from my business. I just want the mayor to stay away from my business. You know what I mean?
I see, but that's the thing is, I don't think the mayor.
The mayor even knows. I know what you mean.
I
yeah.
don't even like. I genuinely do not even. You want to know what I look? I spoke with the mayor. He seems like a really great guy, personally.
Yeah.
I think if I were to guess how that conversation went, I think the lawyer is excited and he's cooking. I think Ash and Penny saw an opportunity to like help themselves. They got involved and they're cooking all kinds of things when the reality is none of them actually know what the city council is going to actually look like. That's literally, and so all they're doing is generating copium. Now, I think it's possible that they get some of what they want, right? So it's important for you to keep a like good demeanor with them, because think about it this way: he's gonna, Speedy, I love you. You're not gonna win mayor. Maybe next term, but it's too late. Max knows way too many people.
Mayor, that's what I mean.
I know. So don't fuck yourself by starting a war with the next potential mayor unnecessarily, right? If anything, you should be only like, if you don't agree with him, you know, you just say like, you know, you say something like, oh, you know, like, you know, something.
Mi casa su casa, mi penis su penis.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is what I'm trying to do. Like, get on his good side, but not in like a way that like I'm not saying get in bed with him, but you don't need to tell him to fuck off either. So, you know what I mean?
No, I don't want to tell him to fuck off, but that's what I mean. Like they made me think like it's the mayor, but this is so good, you know. If I didn't have you, I would have thought it's the mayor. But when you know, like he was doing sex stuff, they were doing all the stuff. We know who the yappers are. Now, let me ask you a question: do you know the mayor to get me a meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love.
You're gonna have to be awake late though, and not smoke
like,
any weed.
Late? I smoke all the time.
Okay, well he doesn't come around till like 6, 7 p.m. So like pick a day and I'll set. Huh?
What does 6 p.m. Like, how many hours from now is that?
6, 7, like in 8 hours.
8 hours. 6.
Yeah, he's awake like late as fuck.